Hey guys, Prince of Mastodon here. I'm going to show you a ladder battle that I had. I didn't record it live, I just recorded the replay here. So, this guy's name is xoLan, commanding the Dwarfs, and I'll be commanding the Greenskins. And this guy did use a setup that people were recommending for people against my Greenskin setup, against my Spirit Leech attack. So, a lot of Thunderers and a lot of cannon pieces. So, here's my deployment here. I stretched out my line of melee orcs. I got savage orcs, black orcs. It's the same setup that I had last time. I got 2 units of goblin spears here. And I left my orc boar boy Biggins in the back near my artillery here. My artillery are the Doom Diver catapult. I got 2 of them. So you can see already my opponent is attacking my commander with his artillery. Now finally I have 2 units of goblin wolf riders who I snuck behind my opponent's lines. My opponent has, as I said, 3 pieces of cannons, longbeards, his commander is on foot, 3 thunderers, longbeards, iron breakers, miners with blasting charges, iron breakers. So yeah, people were saying that the cannons would keep my commander out. Not really. That's 3 cannons firing at my commander here. All I'm gonna do is just keep flying to the side. Like, some of those shots will hit me. And if you're putting all of this time and effort into attacking my commander, do you know what you're not doing? You're ignoring my Doom Diver catapults. So yeah, you might be able to use your entire army to nullify my Spirit Leech, but you're not going to stop the rest of my army. So that's why some of the comments I read were kind of ridiculous. Yeah, Spirit Leech is pretty damn strong if it takes your entire army to focus on it. And yeah, meanwhile, I'm just going to drain his artillery by just flying away from it. Yeah, he will get the occasional shot on my guys, on my Spirit Leech commander. But if you're wasting this much ammo on this one unit, then I don't think it's very cost effective. So yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much just draw his fire from his cannons and let the rest of my army advance. Some of his cannons will start to shoot at my orcs as he realizes what I'm doing. And yeah, I did take some damage, but as long as I keep my commander alive, I can still launch Spirit Leech and also Fated Bajuna. Now, I had aspirations of neutralizing his artillery with a sneak attack from my Goblin Wolf Riders, but he will notice my attack coming here. I thought that was a pretty good idea. So he's going to try to move his cannons a little bit and then move his longbeards to intercept. And he will intercept here. I was hoping still that I could get through and knock out enough of the crew to make these cannons obsolete. But yeah, he intercepted them pretty well. Some of my guys got through a little bit. Anyways, here comes my commander. He's coming right back here. And I'm going to finally launch Spirit Leech on his lord. And yeah, he will take his Thunderers out to target my lord here, as you can see. Reason why I led with my Goblin Wolf Riders was so that they could also draw the fire of his Thunderers by charging into them and his cannons. So it was a twofold attack when I launched my Goblin Wolf Riders. 1, try to take out his cannons, which failed, and 2, also tie his Thunderers down. So he did do some pretty good damage to my lord. But I'm not discouraged at all. I'm gonna go right back in there and hit him again. Boom! Spirit Leech again. Whack. So it's gonna take, what, about 4 or 5 Spirit Leech attacks to kill his commander. I gotta say though, I'll say it later on when the battle ends, that some of the problems with ladder battles is that people disconnect. It's annoying. Whatever. Anyhow, my opponent used his crew right here of his cannons. I did manage to nullify these guys, but he used his crew to take some of the Doom Diver catapult fire. So when I realized that he was drawing the fire, I I manually picked my target for my Doom Diver catapults and started shooting over here. But look at his commander, it's down 50%. Sure, you can argue that my commander's almost down 50%, but he's pretty much at my mercy. I'm not at his mercy at all. I can pull out whenever I can, whenever I want to. His commander cannot. His commander is tied to his army. So yeah, I'm just launching a hail of Doom Diver catapults here. I gotta move up my Orc Boar boy biggins. I want to try to sideswipe this unit of a crew right here. Just get him off the field. Anyways, I launched more Spirit Leech on his guys. And he's going to use his Thunderers again to start attacking my Lord. And look at my Lord. My Lord's health is pretty damn low right now. But as long as you monitor your health, you can always pull out. Anyways, I'm going to go for another attack with my Goblin Wolf Riders. They did come back from routing. I'm trying to finish a job on these cannons here. I'm not discouraged at all that he's stopping this. Yeah, with the Dwarves, their problem is they're a very defensive faction. So when he builds these defensive perimeters like this, it makes them nice and clustered, so that my Doom Diver catapults can actually get more effective shots on them. Like, each of these shots is causing a lot of damage. I mean, it's pretty good damage. It's not game winning, but the fact is I got the rest of my army coming up too. So, in combination with my Spirit Leech attacks and my Doom Diver catapults and all that good stuff, it all adds up eventually. And here goes my Orc Boar brigands trying to take out these guys. Now he's getting kind of confused where his Thunderer should be pointing out. He should be, I mean, he's confused if he should be attacking these guys with his Thunderers or keeping an eye out on my Lord. So yeah, right now they're pointing out my Lord, but because he was pointing out my Lord, he wasn't able to stop my shot cap from taking out his cannon crew right here. He will start to point him around though. See? He just turned him around and started shooting at my guys. I'm just gonna pull back. Again, I was expecting that. I wasn't discouraged at all. So I would say that the damage from my artillery was way more destructive than the Dwarf artillery in this battle. See, look at my army's health. Only this unit lost some health there. That's it. And of course my commander. And I did sacrifice my Goblin Wolf Riders, but I would say it was totally worth it, because look at his commander. His commander's about to bite it. His commander's down to that on his health. So robbing him of his commander once the battle starts is very, very cost effective, very advantageous. Can't believe this guy still survived. This cannon crew here. But again, I'm just gonna use up all my artillery before I attack. To not use up your artillery when you have your opponent in this kind of a predicament would be stupid. If you brought artillery, you gotta use it. Just like my opponent was trying to use his artillery to do the same thing. I just did a better job of neutralizing his. So his commander's health is really low. He's going to bring up his miners with blasting charges. He's going to try to scare off my goblin of spearmen here. And I'm going to pull out, because I know that those things toss like little grenades. So yeah, all this time my artillery just having a field day. And I've kept my Goblin Wolf, sorry, my Spirit Leech commander dude away for now. I'm not going to bring him back until the battle starts. I think my health is low enough that I can stop making these bold attacks into his Thunderer line. Granted, they are pointing the wrong way. Look at that, it's just non-stop Doom Diver catapults. And for the people complaining that I'm using my artillery, just keep in mind that my opponent had even more artillery than myself. He had 3. I only had 2 pieces of artillery. Alright, so you're going to see the power of these miners here. I sent a unit of Savage Orcs to try to take it out. Unfortunately, yeah, he's going to do this. Watch this. These little grenade things. Man! Do you see that, what it did? I just got tired of his miners roaming around, so I tried to chase him off, but it didn't work. So I still tried to chase him. It's still not gonna work. So he still has this team of our cannons still moving, still operational. Look at his health though. Look how low it is now. Alright, so now that my army's coming, I'm gonna bring in my commander again. His thunderers are completely pointing my way. I mean, towards my army. See that? Here comes a good old Spirit Leech run again. Right at his dude. And that's gonna bring his health down to almost 0. Now he's gonna turn his thunderers around to face my commander. But you know, when you're facing that way, he's not facing this way. See that? And this is where the huge threat's gonna be. Granted, he's causing some pretty good damage to my spears. So I was basically using my spears as a meat shield in this battle. I can bring out the rest of my troops here. Gonna go for a savage charge on these heavily depleted iron breakers. He's gonna bring up some long bears on his flanks to meet my flanking run here. And I got my orc boar boy Biggins coming in for a charge. And see how his commander's health is pretty much 0? I'm gonna send in my commander again to finish the job here. We're gonna watch this guy bite the dust. Here he comes, watch this. Oh man. See, my guys are hammering away at his iron breakers. They're really tough though. But I'm charging in from all directions. That's pretty much how a lot of my greenskin dwarf battles go. Usually ends with the dwarfs getting surrounded like this, and seeing if they have enough power left to fight off my attacks. Let's insert action these guys. Yeah, sweet armor. Anyways, here's a problem. When you play ladder battles, there are some really despicable people. This guy decides to leave the game before the result screen came up, so he wouldn't take credit for the loss here. So I'm hoping they fix that. So let's go look at the damage here. So yeah, he used Umgrim Iron Fist as his lord, and he had plenty of cannons this time to ward off my Spirit Leech runs. It still didn't stop my Spirit Leech runs. So yeah, for the people recommending that against my Azog guy, yeah, it didn't work. He even had Thunderers right there too, to attack my lord at short range, and it still didn't discourage my Spirit Leech runs. But anyways, yeah, I was really annoyed that my opponent just left the game like that. But I'll say good game anyways, but it was a pretty good battle. And I will see you guys later. Sorry I didn't record the live commentary version of this.